So then, we get round 3 of the Luke versus Yuga rivalry, and the unlikely team up of Luke and Mimi forms, plus a new magical night fusion monster gets revealed. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today let's talk about episode 73 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime series. A rather decent episode and a true to character episode focusing on the character of Luke, with a background theme of match fixing. However, flashbacks, friendship and fusions overcome all odds, making Luke see the error in Mimi's guidance. So following the reveal of the Yuga Goha ID card, our crew now starts speculating, and ultimately Luke starts acting like, well, Luke normally does. He tries to get on Yuga's positive side, so that eventually Yuga would give Luke his position as Goha president. This whole motive behind Luke's actions fits perfectly with his personality and desires that we've seen from the character so far within the series. Remember way back in episode 56, Luke was all about stealing bases, but stated that if/once Yuga joined Goha and rose up through the ranks and became president of Goha, then Luke would steal that position. So Luke's actions within this episode reminds me of that particular scene and desire that we've seen from him continuously throughout this Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. So yeah, like I said, it stays true to his character in what he does, plus the other things that we'll get to later on. However, guiding Luke with her own motivation/reasons was Mimi Itachi. And starting off that line where she said, "Number one, baby," that was brilliant. The cheeky grin and tone perfectly complemented the whole piece of dialogue. Of course, we know Mimi's desires to be on top once again, so her plan was to make Luke number 1 underneath Yuga, so that she was number 2 underneath Luke. Then, as it went forth, she would proceed to knocking Luke out of position and eventually toppling Yuga as well, thus becoming a Goha president once again. Mimi this episode was brilliant. She brought some non-child friendly themes into the fold. And you know what? I absolutely love them. We've had an adult taking advantage and manipulating children. Yes, Mimi's an adult, and she did it for personal gain. Match fixing. She tells Luke to lose on purpose to gain a favourable outcome because she believes it'll make Yuga happy. This team of Mimi and Luke is very powerful and devastating indeed, except for one small tiny detail. Mimi's plans never work out. They always have a way of failing. Yeah, it was never going to work between the two. Nevertheless though, I have to say it was really fun seeing how much happiness Mimi received from executing her plans. She was having a great time, and my only issue with Mimi from this episode was her continuous reminders of the, it's entertaining company dolls, meant to be losing Luke. I didn't like that, because what that did was, it got on my nerves a little bit, and it kind of brought me out of the duel in of itself. I just wanted to kind of enjoy the duel as it played out. Instead, I got slightly irritated. But I understand it was a way of showing Mimi's passion towards her dreams of being on top once again. Her dedication, her desire, you can't fault it. So then going back to Luke's character, he really had his ups and downs as he struggles with his desires and dreams moving forward. I really loved that he was the one who reminded everyone that even if Yuga was the 6th sibling, Yuga is still Yuga, and that is not going to change. I was wondering, however though, does Luke truly believe the words that he spoke? Because it seemed as if he too was worried about his friendship with Yuga being torn by this new revelation. This idea makes the whole friendship theme between the two characters from this episode so much more wholesome and sweeter by the end of it. Another inner conflict that Luke underwent was his choice whether to lose on purpose or to rush duel properly, giving everything that he's got in order to win. And even while dueling, we see how much this idea of him losing on purpose was tormenting him from inside. He certainly wasn't happy with it. Eventually though, the powers of flashbacks and mixed signals from Yuuga won him over, making Luke push his dueling skills to the limit, thus winning in a dramatic fashion. Now I do like again that we get some Luke background and flashbacks. I think that was pretty cool. It was very quick, very simple, but it did also help, snap, well, the best duelist in the series out of his weird mindset that he was currently struggling in. The trap card, Seven's Chance, activating on his own was crazy, but it felt as if there was some magical force preventing Luke from losing within this episode, because the card literally did activate itself. And my guess, being really out there and having my tinfoil hat on, I believe that it was actually the Luke Man returning. That's right, yes, the Luke Man possessed the trap card and activated it in order to save Luke from defeat. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, anything could happen. As a side note, Luke saying it's finally time to use his fusion did make me laugh, because we've seen Dragistar F a lot from the Luke Man, but it just goes to show and further prove that the Luke Man and Luke are separate duelists. I will admit, it was surprising to see Luke's first fusion to be Dragistar F. I would have thought they would have kept us in suspense to see if he had it a little bit longer. But nevertheless though, it was still nice to see him use it. And while we're on the topic of fusions, Yuga reveals a new magical night fusion monster, known as Brave of Chaos, Ladicross Ash. And if you've seen Cardfight Vanguard, then you might know this monster as Blaster Dark. Now then, this new monster looks amazing in terms of design, and it might not be as strong as Seven's Paladin, but in my opinion, it's a lot cooler. Now really quick, I want to go over summoning chants. Looking at Luke's Dragistar F chant, could you imagine if Luke had said this line, "Gaze upon the man who has it all," in front of Hunt in episode 72? That would have sounded very harsh. Yes, we know that Luke's family is rich and wealthy, and has mostly everything that you could think of. But Luke, don't rub it in people's faces. But, hear me out, to clear the air, I think this line wasn't actually referring to Luke himself, more Dragistar F. As the phrase, "the man who has it all," could be referring to power and strength, not riches and wealth. So he's basically just saying that his fusion monster has power and has strength and has skill. You get what I mean. Okay, it's Yuga time, and is he the 6th Goha sibling? Well, we don't know yet. However, the Goha tower at the end looks like Yuga's hair colour. Am I crazy? I know it's the lighting and the way that the sun is setting and the shades going onto the tower, but it looks like the spikes on the side of the Goha logo have brown and yellow features. But in all seriousness though, Yuga within this episode was absolutely fantastic. I do not care one bit that he lost again, as he tried and was frustrated in his defeat. Plus, his dueling style looks to have evolved/developed, as it held a more of an aggressive playstyle, a bit more of a quick tempo, if you will. This to me just felt refreshing, and I'm glad they included it. Yuga's skills of observation were great within this episode, as he quickly realised that Luke was acting more odd than his usual self, and called him out on it. That was cool too. But did Yuga misplay by not destroying Seven's Chance when he had the chance too? I don't know. I have to research those cards again and double check the abilities. But my logic while watching the episode was the Yuga strategy was to destroy the card that he did because that card had more of a probability of giving Luke a comeback chance. Because if you look at 7 chances abilities, you have to draw 3 cards. And you have to draw 2 level 7 or higher monsters. You could draw 3, but you have to draw a maximum of 2 for the 3,000 life points to be given to you by the effect. And what are the odds of that happening? Unless you're an undefeated protagonist that isn't really the protagonist. Oh well. So overall, I very much enjoyed this episode, as the themes delivered were executed brilliantly. And I loved the sweet and wholesome vibes that it presented as well. The one-liners from characters were absolutely fantastic. Luke saying shut up background characters, breaking the fourth wall a couple of times, they were funny. And we even got some brilliant expressions, not only from Mimi this time, but also from characters like Roman and Gakuto. And speaking of Gakuto, the line about him saying Luke probably isn't smart enough to lose on purpose was a bit harsh. Okay, it was pretty fair, but still harsh. Plus, it looks like we are getting Gakuto versus zombies next episode. Okay, Sevens, let's have a look, shall we? That could be interesting. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, hit like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you like to do. But honestly, I just hope you have an amazing day moving forward. Alligator, matane, goodbye.